Well, this month was supposed to be about big picture, right? It was supposed to be about foundations for change. Let's go, big goals. But I don't know if you guys are following the news. It has been an apocalypse happening in Los Angeles. I live a couple miles south of the mandatory evacuation that they had for the Eaton fire. So I'm very fortunate in that I'm safe where I'm at. And currently my ex-wife, Gail, she was just a couple of streets south of the mandatory evacuation. The air there was awful. So her and her fiance and their dog stayed with me for just for the afternoon, the day when things were really volatile up there. They're back home, which is great. But all those businesses up the main street there, it's Lake Avenue is the street. The school where my kids went to school when they were younger, completely gone. The golf course where I used to go and hang out, would hit golf balls and eat at the cafe, is completely gone. Friends' homes gone. It's a wasteland up there. And my brother lives in the hills of Tarzana. And as of me recording this, I mean, he seems to be okay. The fire was working up over the hill, the Palisades fire, but it was pushing east. So he's looking to be in good shape. He's fortunate as of right now with the Palisades fire. I can't put an episode out about January goal setting. That doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm just going to talk a little bit and share some resources and some thoughts, and let's figure it out from there. But my girlfriend, she had done some volunteering at the local Y yesterday, and first of all, I love the hell out of that woman. She's such an amazing person. But she was telling me how there's so many people volunteering that they were having to turn people away. That to me made me super grateful to the community that we have out. The community is just awesome. I was telling her how impressed I was that she was able to do that, because I'm so scared of volunteering right now, physically in person, because I'm still because I'm very dysregulated by it. I get super emotional. I'm so worried of slipping into like a dark depression like I did when COVID happened. That scares the fucking shit out of me. So that would be no good, and I wouldn't be helpful to anybody in that state. But so that brought me to like the question of, well, okay, so how can we help if we aren't able to, whether it's physically or mentally or emotionally, if we're not able to volunteer in person? What can we do? How can we show up for our community? And so I thought I'd share a couple of ways here if you were looking for ways that like you could help in a particular disaster. Because man, there's this whole idea that I have still within myself of, you just got to suck it up and show up. You just got to go there and be and do and help. And I'm one of those people that, that I carry the emotion of other people, or like I take it on. You know what I mean? Like in one-on-one, I could be fine. But like in a group setting, if there's a lot of hopelessness or dread or fear, if there's a lot of it, I mean, even thinking about it, it's choking me up. I can't handle that. So it's just no good to anybody else for me to be in that environment, which sucks. It's a shitty thing all around. So that maybe if there's other people that are like me in this sense, right, where it's like you want to be there, but your mental health is, taking a big shit on you. Like, what can we do? And so I'm going to put some links into the show notes of some places where, like, if you were concerned about this fire, you could donate to this, or but even like if you had some kind of a disaster going on in your area, how might you be able to participate in the relief effort? I think the first place would be money. People, you could always donate money. Money's always going to be helpful. And so if we have it available, that ability to do that, then great. So the places where I'm donating are, these are the three places. I'm going to put these in the show notes, but there's a bunch of places. Baby to Baby, they provide diapers and formula, clothing, emergency supplies that are, all the stuff that's essential for children. That to me, I believe, is a great cause. The World Central Kitchen, they help first responders and families that are immediately impacted, like giving out sandwiches and water where they're needed. Oh, that's super helpful. And then the LAUSD Education Emergency Relief Fund, which helps by providing immediate assistance to families and Los Angeles Unified School District employees that are affected by the fires. So just the knowing that my kid's school was burned down, you're like, oh God, so what's going to happen with those teachers and what's going to happen with those kids? So donating to that cause, I think is a good idea. That one choked me up there. That got me. Oh, that got me. What else? Oh, other things that I've seen in terms of way to help is this I just saw for the first time today when I was looking stuff up, is fostering animals. Like, I never would have thought about that, but what a big impactful thing. Take some of the pressure off of the local shelters. People that are displaced that might need some help with their animals while they're focused on piecing their lives back together. That would be super helpful. And one of the things that I think that must be supremely difficult is like dealing with the overwhelm of, not only are you losing everything and the feeling of hopelessness, or, how do we move forward and figuring out next steps, and then actually taking those next steps. That's gotta be really, really difficult. And I'm not a trauma coach, but I am an expert in the doing. So that sounds like such a weird, I'm an expert in the doing of the work. I am. I will toot my own horn there. So if anybody's that is affected by the fires, if any of you guys are listening to this and you need help moving your needle forward in like the coming weeks, there's so many like people to call, places to go, forms to fill out. I can't even imagine what all the shit is that needs to happen. And to try to, it's like the world's Uber project. Feel free to reach out to me. You can use the link that people would use to like see if coaching is the right fit. It's like a discovery call type thing. And we'll just use that as a free resource. Like, just book a call and we can shoot the shit, and I can be a thought partner. Maybe I can help connect you to the resources that you're needing. I would be more than happy to put in some time to do that. You can also send me an email at russ@adhdbigbrother.com, and you connect with me that way. If I can help, I will. I mean, for those of you guys that know me, if there's a way for me to help you, I will do that. And if you're across the globe, if you're able to donate to one of those organizations I mentioned, or another one that helps with disaster relief that you believe in, please do so. And what I'll do is I'll keep the show notes updated if I learn about more places to donate or other resources that might be important. So you can keep checking back over the coming weeks and see if there's anything new added there. All right. So I guess, I wish I was recording this under different circumstances, but here we are. This is the shit sandwich that we've all been fed. All right. I love you all, and I hope you are all able to have a safe week out there, and I will talk to you later.